Welcome to the Oraanj Interior Design channel. If you're passionate about interior design or dreaming of that perfect home makeover, you've come to the right place. Before we dive into today's topic, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our home design tips and tricks. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we have in store for you. Now, today, we're going to cover a super important topic for anyone looking to transform their space. The top 5 interior design mistakes you need to avoid. I think it's safe to say we've all made at least one design choice that we later regretted, right? You get excited about revamping your home and adding your personal flair, but then something just doesn't feel right, and you can't quite put your finger on what went wrong. Don't worry, we've all been there, and that's exactly what we're going to help you avoid today. We'll be breaking down the 5 most common interior design mistakes, and of course, how to avoid them, so you can create a home that not only looks amazing, but also functions perfectly for your lifestyle. Sound good? Let's dive right in. Let's kick things off with one of the most common mistakes: choosing style over functionality. Now, I get it. When you're browsing Pinterest or flipping through home design magazines, it's easy to fall in love with how something looks. That beautiful sleek chair with modern lines, love it. The plush velvet sofa in a vibrant jewel tone, obsessed. But here's the thing, style alone won't cut it if the piece isn't practical for your day-to-day life. And this is one of the biggest pitfalls people fall into when designing their homes. Let me paint a picture for you. You've just bought an ultra-chic coffee table that's all the rage right now. It's got that minimal sculptural vibe, like a work of art. But there's just one problem. It has 0 storage, and now your remote controls, books, and magazines are constantly scattered all over the place. Or maybe you bought that low, modern sofa that looked so sleek in the showroom, but after a week of lounging on it, you realize it's actually super uncomfortable. And don't even get me started on the coffee stains it picks up like a magnet, because the fabric isn't practical for everyday living. Does this sound familiar? I think we've all made a decision based purely on looks at some point, only to realize later that it wasn't the best choice for how we actually live in our homes. This is why functionality should always come first. Style is important, don't get me wrong, but what good is a stunning piece if it's not serving your needs? Before you buy any furniture or decor, ask yourself, how will this fit into my daily life? Do you have kids who will inevitably spill juice on that velvet couch? Do you work from home and need a supportive chair for long hours? Or do you entertain often and need durable, comfortable seating for guests? One pro tip is to invest in multifunctional furniture. For example, if you're short on storage, look for coffee tables or ottomans with hidden compartments. If you have a small space, opt for modular furniture that can be rearranged easily, or items that can serve dual purposes, like a bench that also provides extra seating when guests are over. This way, you're not sacrificing practicality for the sake of aesthetics, but rather finding pieces that check both boxes. Here's another important consideration. Measure your space before purchasing anything. I can't tell you how many times people fall in love with a piece of furniture only to find out that it doesn't fit properly in their room. It's either too big and overwhelms the space, or it's too small and looks out of place. Make sure you have accurate measurements of your room and leave enough space for people to move around comfortably. Your home should flow naturally, and you want to create a layout that feels effortless and inviting. Now, let's talk about lighting. Probably one of the most underestimated aspects of interior design. And yet, it's one of the most critical elements in making your home feel warm, inviting, and functional. Too often, people rely on just one overhead light to do all the heavy lifting, and let me tell you, that's a big mistake. Lighting isn't just about having enough light to see. It's about creating atmosphere, highlighting focal points, and adding layers of interest to a room. Think of lighting as having 3 main components: ambient lighting, task lighting, and accent lighting. Let's break it down. Ambient lighting is your general lighting, the light that fills the room and allows you to see everything clearly. This could be a ceiling fixture, recessed lighting, or wall-mounted lights. But ambient lighting alone isn't enough to create that cozy, inviting atmosphere we all want in our homes. This is where task lighting comes in. Task lighting is more focused and functional. It's there to help you perform specific activities like reading, cooking, or working. Think of desk lamps, under-cabinet lights in the kitchen, or a reading lamp by your favorite chair. And finally, there's accent lighting. Accent lighting is what takes your space to the next level. It highlights the features you want to showcase, like a piece of artwork, a beautiful bookshelf, or even an architectural detail like a fireplace. It adds depth, drama, and interest to your space. You can use things like spotlights, picture lights, or even string lights for a softer, more relaxed vibe. Here's a good rule of thumb. In every room, you should aim to have 3 different light sources, one for ambient, one for task, and one for accent. This creates a balanced, layered look that's both functional and aesthetically pleasing. And don't forget about natural light. If you're lucky enough to have big windows, make the most of them. Keep window treatments light and airy to let in as much sunlight as possible. Natural light not only makes a room feel larger, but it also has a way of making everything in your home look better. If you're working with smaller windows, consider using mirrors to reflect light and make the room feel brighter and more open. Now, I want to touch on dimmers. Yes, dimmers are your best friend when it comes to creating a cozy atmosphere. They allow you to adjust the lighting depending on the time of day or mood you want to set. Want a soft, romantic glow for a dinner party? Dim those lights. Need bright light for reading or working? Turn them up. It's such a simple upgrade, but it can completely change the way your space feels. Alright, let's move on to trends. We all love them, whether it's the latest color palette, a bold new pattern, or a specific style that's taken over social media. But here's the thing about trends. They come and go. And if you base your entire home design on the latest trends, you run the risk of your space feeling outdated in just a few years. Remember when everything was grey? That trend took over for a few years, but now we're seeing a shift back to warmer tones. And suddenly, all grey interiors feel a bit cold and outdated. So, how do you enjoy trends without falling into the trap of having to redecorate every few years? Here's my advice. Incorporate trends in small, easily changeable ways. Keep the big-ticket items, like your sofa, bed, or dining table, are timeless and neutral. These are the pieces that will last for years, so you don't want to commit to a bold trend that you might regret later. Instead, use accessories and decor to bring in those trendy elements. This could be throw pillows, rugs, wall art, or even smaller pieces of furniture, like a side chair or a coffee table. For example, if you're loving the terracotta and rust tones that are trending right now, you can easily incorporate those colors through cushions, vases, or even a statement rug. When the trend fades, it's much easier and more affordable to swap out those accessories than to replace an entire sofa or repaint all your walls. Another tip is to think of trends as seasonal updates. Just like you might change your wardrobe for different seasons, you can do the same with your home decor. In the cooler months, you might want to bring in rich textures like velvet, wool throws, and deeper, warmer colors. In the summer, swap them out for lighter fabrics, brighter colors, and fresh greenery. This keeps your home feeling current without committing to a full makeover every time trends change. Now let's talk about overcrowding your space. This is a big one because it's so tempting to fill every inch of your home with furniture, decor, and personal items. You might love everything you've picked out, but if you try to fit too much into one room, it can end up feeling cluttered, chaotic, and stressful rather than cozy and inviting. Here's the thing, less is often more. One of the best ways to make your home feel spacious and serene is to embrace negative space. Negative space is simply the empty space around your furniture and decor, and it's just as important as the pieces themselves. It gives your eyes a place to rest and allows each element in the room to stand out. Think of it like this. If everything is competing for attention, nothing really shines. When you're decorating, start with the essentials. A sofa, a coffee table, maybe a few side chairs, and live with that layout for a while before adding more pieces. You can always layer in additional decor later, but it's easier to start with less and build up than to overfill a room right from the get-go. And don't feel like every wall needs to be filled with artwork or every surface needs decor. Sometimes, a single piece of art on a large wall can have more impact than a gallery wall full of smaller pieces. Or a clean, uncluttered coffee table can make the room feel more open than one packed with books, vases, and trays. Last, but certainly not least, let's talk about personalizing your space. This is so important because at the end of the day, your home should feel like you. It's not just about following design rules or replicating something you saw online. It's about creating a space that reflects your personality, your style, and your life. One of the easiest ways to personalize your space is through art and decor that has meaning to you. Whether it's family photos, art pieces you've collected from your travels, or handmade items that tell a story, these personal touches give your home character and make it feel uniquely yours. It could be something as simple as displaying a collection of books that you love, or framing a piece of art that inspires you. Another way to personalize your space is through color and texture. Maybe you're drawn to bold, vibrant colors, or perhaps you prefer soft, muted tones. Don't be afraid to embrace your favorite colors and incorporate them into your home in ways that feel authentic to you. This could be through paint, wallpaper, or even just accent pieces like cushions or rugs. Think about the materials you're drawn to as well. Whether it's natural wood, soft linens, or sleek metals, choosing materials that resonate with you can make a huge difference in how your space feels. And here's a tip: don't rush the process of decorating. Your home doesn't need to be fully decorated overnight. Let it evolve over time, adding pieces as you find things you love or that have personal significance. This will make your space feel more curated and authentic, rather than just a copy of the latest design trend. So let's recap the 5 mistakes we've covered today. Don't choose style over functionality. Your home needs to work for you. Don't ignore lighting. Layer it to create a comfortable, inviting atmosphere. Don't go overboard with trends. Incorporate them in small, easy-to-change ways. Don't overcrowd your space. Less is more, and negative space is your friend. Don't forget to personalize. Your home should reflect your personality and taste. If you found these tips helpful, let me know in the comments below. Have you made any of these mistakes before? I'd love to hear your stories. And if you have any questions or need more advice, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more interior design tips. And of course, hit that notification bell so you're always the first to know when we post new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.